So Soda coming up to the outside. That's Innuendo there, just not quite set as yet, Innuendo. And South of Soho in Colin Little's colours comes up. Waiting for Greygo, not quite ready as yet. So to come in, Soda that is. South of Soho is ready. Soda on the outside. Macra Strike makes a good line. Dennis Uria drawn down in barrier 2. They're just about ready. First of the day at Flemington. Favourite Dennis Uria. There's the light. They're set. Line is good. Havelash, the inside runner. Light still flashing. They're racing. Dennis Uria jumped sideways when the starter said go. Didn't lose a great deal of ground. Havelash began well towards the inside and Duke of Westbury was well away. Getting out smartly also is Greygo, and coming down the outside towards the lead there is Innuendo, being followed by Macra Striker, and they were followed by Soda. Settling into stride, and Dennis Uria near the inside is one of the leaders with Duke of Westbury. Close in behind them is Kingdom Reigns, and a bit further back in the field then came Macra Strike going forward. Greygo was in behind them. They were followed a bit further back then over on the outside by Innuendo, and City Hall's a bit further back, followed by South of Soho, and they were followed further back in the field over on the outside. Portland Prince is a long way off the leader, and Deep Trick is going up towards the lead as they cover the 400 metre mark. Dennis Uria, Duke of Westbury. Deep Trick is deeper on the track. Greygo in behind them. Kingdom Reigns. Deeper still is Soda, being followed then by Innuendo, Macra Strike, and further back in the field City Hall, and a good long gap to Portland Prince. Taking the lead now, Duke of Westbury is going well. Dennis Uria under pressure. They've got well clear. Soda coming down the outside, but Duke of Westbury nicely clear with 100 metres left to go, and will be too good for Dennis Uria. And Duke of Westbury won well by a length. Dennis Uria. Getting up for third is Kingdom Reigns, followed by Macra Strike and Deep Trick, and they were followed by Greygo and Soda. Further back in the field came Innuendo, City Hall. South of Soho, Southland's a long way back, and Portland Prince last of the main bunch, and tailed right off is Havelash. And they all came down the flat side rail as you saw there. Not one going to the outside. Number 8, the winner, Duke of Westbury. Good first up run in the first of the day here by number 8, Duke of Westbury, ridden by Rodney Griffiths, raced by Mr. Bill Gary and G.J. Jackson. A 2-year-old Bay of Brown colt by Sir Tristram out of Lucky Witch, making his racecourse debut, and Rod Griffiths, as you saw there, puts the whip away with about 100 to go. That was a very impressive run when you come to look at it, by Duke of Westbury, the newcomer, over Dennis Uria. Every chance. Jumped a little bit awkwardly, but settled down pretty well. Didn't lose a great deal of ground. And Kingdom Reigns has come through on the fence to finish in third place. So all numbers after the first of the day here at Flemington, the Criterion Handicap. And the winner, number 8, Duke of Westbury, ridden by Rod Griffiths, pays $12 and $4.10, defeating number 1, Dennis Uria, ridden by Stephen King at $1.40, and third, number 13, Kingdom Reigns, ridden by Greg Childs at $8.30 in the first of the afternoon here. And the time, 1:04.4. They are approximate, keep in mind, approximate divvies.
Now, Hockney has moved up and stands well. Starters onto his stand, and they look to be set and ready for the kindergarten. Guineas is drawn on the extreme outside or close to it. Extreme outside, bar 1. Tri Cove is wider. Off and running in the kindergarten, a good start, and Guineas began smartly from an outside gate. Tri Cove is away well. All the Rave jumped quickly, and so did Graham's Choice, and Hockney is slipping up near the inside into a good posse, followed by Captain Dash, Rocket to Mars. Dance Beat is last of the main bunch and tailed right off his Encounter at the 800 metres mark, and Guineas led under a good hold, a half to Tri Cove. Captain Dash getting up on the fence into third place, followed closely by All the Rave, who's 3 deep on the outside of Hockney. Then Graham's Choice, Rocket to Mars, followed by Dance Beat, and 3 lengths away Encounter as they come up to the turn. Inside the 400 metres mark, Guineas the leader over Tri Cove, who's under some pressure. All the Rave has got to make the turn 3 and 4 deep. Then Captain Dash, followed by Hockney. Further back, Graham's Choice. Dance Beat is pulled to the extreme outside. Encounter is last as they turn for home. In the straight, and Beedman released the brakes on Guineas, who's well clear now. He's racing about 6 off the fence. He's burst away from them, and it's 5 out of 5 coming up for this unbeaten colt. Guineas is spread eagling the field. He races away to win easily over the filly All the Rave. Encounter has plugged home into third place, followed by Dance Beat, and then Hockney, Tri Cove, Rocket to Mars, followed by Captain Dash, and last is Graham's Choice. 5 out of 5 Guineas, 240 and 150 on course. The only one they wanted, the only one that met with any genuine support on track. Oh, didn't he blitz him? I meant to say before they jumped how much he'd sweated up. You can see the muck lather under his breastplate there. He was sweating up in very humid conditions. Oh, he's good, isn't he? By Crown Jester. He had won 3 at Eagle Farm and 1 at Doomben. In fact, his last win in Brisbane was a listed race, the BTC Stakes, on the 28th of December. Beedman let him drift out in the straight on purpose, I would think. 5 or 6 horses out to find a better ground, and he exploded away. He put 4 lengths on All the Rave in a twinkling, and Counter did make up ground, but gee, I think she only got past Weary Ones, or he did. Did he miss the kick, Encounter? I couldn't believe he was that far back. Hopelessly tailed off when they went 100 metres, and that was the end of him. Guineas just ambled across to the lead, and that was it. It's good. Starter Bill Cooper hits the button, and they're off and running in the Bozam Plate final. And Red Savage is about the first out. Sir Rossi began well, and so did Flinders Street. Take Issue is prominent. Widest of all is Tallack Lad on the outside of Two Dudes, followed by Salamanza. And then Haley and Fortune Cove, and out the back is Magic as they go out of the straight. Sir Rossi is in front and is over racing to the first turn, led by 3 lengths to Red Savage. Jean Valjean third on the fence. Between runners Flinders Street, and Two Dudes is obliged to travel 3 deep at the moment. Further back Tallack Lad, followed by Haley. A gap then to, as they race down the side, Salamanza on the inside of Take Issue, and the last couple of Magic and Fortune Cove. Down the back at the 1400 mark, and Sir Rossi led with his mouth wide open over Red Savage in the centre. Two Dudes 3 deep, about to go up to the girth of the leader. Running fourth is Jean Valjean in a perfect posse, and then Flinders Street. Tallack Lad on the outside of Haley at the 1200 mark, followed by Salamanza, and then Magic on the fence, followed by back at the tail of the field Fortune Cove and Take Issue second last, and they're bunching up 1,000 metres out on the top turn, and Sir Rossi is the leader over Two Dudes, followed by Jean Valjean. Red Savage, Tallack Lad 3 deep is taking closer order. Further back Salamanza about to start a forward move, and then Haley, followed by Flinders Street, Take Issue, and the last couple are Magic and Fortune Cove. 800 out there bunching up. Sir Rossi the leader over Two Dudes, Tallack Lad fourth, Jean Valjean, followed by Red Savage. Salamanza next, ridden a bit now on the outside of Haley. A length away Flinders Street under pressure, followed by Take Issue and Magic, and Fortune Cove as last as they near the corner. Inside the 500 metres mark, Sir Rossi about a neck on Two Dudes, who's pressing the leader hard. In third place, Jean Valjean on the fence, and then Red Savage and Tallack Lad further back as they come around the turn. Salamanza and Magic is widest of all in the yellow sleeves and yellow cap as they turn for home. Sir Rossi again is clear of Jean Valjean, who's going after him. Two Dudes looks to be battling a bit, followed by Magic. Sir Rossi the leader. Jean Valjean is getting after him. Don't think he fancies it. Is giving the old tail a swish, and Sir Rossi fighting back. Jean Valjean doesn't fancy it one little bit, and Sir Rossi has come away on the line to beat Jean Valjean. Third will be close between Two Dudes and Magic, who's wide out on the track, followed by Red Savage. At the head of the others, Salamanza. A gap then to Flinders Street, and further back in the field came Haley, followed by Tallack Lad, and the last couple Take Issue and Fortune Cove. Jean Valjean was poised for victory, but he changed his mind. Under Darren Beedman's powerful riding, Jean Valjean switched the tail and started to drift out under pressure, and didn't relish it at all. And the leader, Sir Rossi, kicked again and was going far the better in the last little bit. Number 4, Sir Rossi, leading most of the way for Craig Agnew and trained locally by Steve Engelbrett. Sir Rossi to pay $3.70 and $1.60. Number 3, Jean Valjean, $2, and Two Dudes has hung on for third in front of Magic. Two Dudes, a place dividend of $1.70. 4, 3, 5. Sir Rossi, Jean Valjean, and Two Dudes. Oh, well, get a load of Jean Valjean, he says. No, thank you, Darren. That'll do me, son. Oof, turn it up. I've done all I'm going to do. And Two Dudes has just held on for third. Magic was so wide, I thought it might have been a little closer than that for third, but it wasn't. And more not.
10 for Sally's, Toledo 13 at Angel's Image at $20 for the 6th at Flemington. It's an open race, 7, 4 and 8 other selections. Sally's to beat Zuccarino and Toledo. And for value once again, number 5, Gold City. Race 6, number 5 is the late mail in the Blamey Stakes. Righto, now let's take you to Newcastle race 5, and number 1 is Loxley at 41, Nat Mulewad. Let's see who takes out the 1997 Blamey Stakes. Weight for age over 1,600 metres. Here's John.
Right, Nick, and Salius has just moved in. She's heavily bandaged again on both forelegs, I notice. She's the favourite for the race. Zuccarino, who beat home at Sandown, has moved up. Racing well, Zuccarino. Arctic Scent, whose main mission this autumn will be the Sydney Cup. This very good mare, of course, won the Foster's Caulfield Cup back in the spring. And we're waiting for Gull City, who performed well at the Carnival last year here in Melbourne, and then went back to New Zealand and won a race there. This is a second run from a spell. Angel's Image, a good fourth, just behind the place getters, and the VRC Oaks has moved up to complete the line for the Blamey. Class 2 race at weight for age. Peep on the slide, the inside runner, the lights on, and they're all set. Peep on the sly on the inside. They're racing. Peep on the sly, one of the first to begin with Istedad, and Gull City commence smartly and going fast as Zuccarino in the early stages, being followed by Toledo, who's looking for the early leader. So also is Celius, sorting themselves out, and Toledo goes to the front, leads a half length to Celius, a length and a half further back as Zuccarino. They were followed by Istedad, and just in behind them Peep on the sly, followed by Angel's Image. Arctic Scent a bit further back. Gull City is second last, and Seasky has dropped out to last. 1,200 to go. Toledo carting them along, led by a couple of lengths in advance of Celius. A length and a half further back Istedad on the inside of Zuccarino. 2.5 lengths away then came Angel's Image, being followed by Peep on the sly. Arctic Scent behind them. 2 lengths further back Gull City is second last, and Seasky is last of all. That's the order. Running down with about 900 metres left to go, and Toledo out in charge and doing it well. Leads over a length to Celius in the box seat. A length and a half Istedad. They were followed closely a bit further back. Zuccarino one off the fence, then Angel's Image making ground. Peep on the sly. Arctic Scent behind them. Gull City and Seasky. They're nearing the home turn. 650 out. Toledo held together. Half a length in advance of Celius. Wider on the track then Zuccarino. Istedad just in behind them, very deep on the track. Angel's Image followed by Arctic Scent. Peep on the sly. Gull City and Seasky. Their homeward band, and Celius had raced up on the outside to tackle Toledo, who's fighting back inside the final 400 metres. Zuccarino also running on well, and Angel's Image is down the outside. Gull City looking for a run behind them. Istedad. Celius tackled by Zuccarino at the 250. Zuccarino the outside. Celius fights back, and they're together. In third place is Toledo and Istedad now in the clear, but it's Zuccarino on the outside, and Celius having a ding-dong Jules. Celius fighting on courageously on the inside, and Zuccarino bobbing finish here. Zuccarino and Celius go to the line, locked together with Istedad a neck away third, finishing on, and they were followed by Gull City. Peep on the sly. Angel's Image behind them, followed by Toledo, and Arctic Centre second last, and Seasky's ran last. 2 very good horses, and not much between them at the moment. Zuccarino on the outside, and Celius, who refused point blank to give in, and the judge has called for a photo with Zuccarino appearing to just get there in the last little bit. Celius fighting back, and number 4 gets the photo. Gee, that's quick. They've got a new photo device here today. Straight up on the screen, this photo, and Zuccarino doing a shade too well for Celius, but by gee, she's a game mare nevertheless. There you see it. Just a nose in favour of Zuccarino over Celius, and Istedad was putting in giant strides at the finish to run third. Number 4, Zuccarino at $5 and $1.70. He's been a model of consistency and winning today's Blamey Stakes. Celius fighting on determinedly, has gone down by a very narrow margin, and Istedad in third place. So